If you want to automate repetitive work online, Zapier is one of the easiest tools to start with, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to create your first Zap in Zapier from start to finish. By the end, you'll know how to build a simple workflow, connect an app trigger, choose an action, test everything, and publish your Zap so it can start running automatically. If this tutorial helps, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more easy software guides just like this. Alright, let's get into it. First, go to Zapier in your browser and sign in to your account. Once you're on the Zapier dashboard, the first thing you want to do is look for the Create option. This is where Zapier lets you start building automations. Click on Create and then choose Zap Workflows. That's the option you'll use to make a brand new Zap. Now you're inside the Zap editor, and this is where the actual automation begins. The first part of every Zap is the trigger. A trigger is the event that starts your workflow. Click on Trigger to begin setting that up. Zapier will ask you to choose an app. So in this example, you can search for something like Google Sheets. You can use Sheets, Gmail, Slack, MailChimp, or any other app you want, depending on what kind of automation you're building. After you search for your app, select it from the list. Once you choose the app, Zapier will ask you to pick a trigger event. This is the exact thing that will start the Zap. For example, it could be a new spreadsheet row, a new email, or a new form response. Choose an event that makes sense for your workflow, then continue. Next, Zapier will usually ask you to connect your account. This is where you log into the app you selected, so Zapier can access the data it needs. Follow the login steps and allow the connection. Once your account is connected, Zapier can pull in information from that app whenever the trigger happens. Now it's time to build the action. The action is what Zapier does after the trigger happens. Click on Action to add the next step in your workflow. This is where you choose the app that will receive the information or perform the task automatically. For example, if your trigger is Google Sheets, your action might be sending an email through MailChimp, creating a task, or adding data somewhere else. Search for your action app up, such as MailChimp, and select it. Just like before, Zapier will ask you to choose an event for the action. Pick the action event that fits your goal. This could be sending a message, creating a record, updating a contact, or any supported automation step. After that, connect your account again if Zapier asks you to sign in. Once your trigger and action are both set up, you'll see a summary of your Zap. At this point, review everything carefully. Make sure the trigger app is correct, the event is correct, and the action app is correct. This is the best time to catch mistakes before the workflow goes live. Now click Build It at the top to continue. Zapier may show you a setup screen where you can map fields or confirm details. This is where you tell Zapier exactly how the data should move from the trigger into the action. If you see fields to fill in, take your time and match them properly. The more accurate your setup is, the better your automation will run. After the setup is complete, click Test Run. This is a very important step because it lets you see whether your Zap works correctly before publishing it. Zapier will simulate the automation and show you if the connection and data mapping are working. If anything looks off, go back and adjust the settings before moving forward. Once the test is successful, you're ready for the final step. Click Publish to turn your Zap on. After publishing, Zapier will start watching for the trigger event and run the action automatically whenever it happens. That means your first automation is now live, and that's it. You've just created your first Zap in Zapier. From here, you can keep building more advanced workflows, chain together multiple steps, and automate even more of your daily tasks. If this video helped you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you want to see more Zapier tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.